Yeah, Jim Rutledge with ESPN Madison here to break down the big news for us. Thanks for waking up again for us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So when exactly do you think UW made this decision? Was it after the Iowa loss? Did the Minnesota loss play into it?
I think they've been working on this for a while. You don't get a guy like Luke Fickell, who's turned down massive jobs, had Cincinnati, a non-Power 5 conference school, in the playoff last year. You don't get him by accident or at the last minute. I think they've been working on someone like him for a while, knowing that Jim Leonhard was an amazing 1B.
Now let's talk about recruiting. Recruiting is such an integral part of success in college football. Jim Leonhard seemed like a nice temporary fix, someone who's going to please alumni and everybody in the university system. But bringing in somebody like Fickell, who is experienced in recruiting, that had to have been a big factor. What do you think?
Yeah, a huge factor. Name and likeness, obviously, I think is going to be a major part of this. They're going to get big-time players now because they have Luke Fickell, and also he understands the Big Ten football. He played at Ohio State. He coached at Ohio State for a year, and it also signals that the Badgers are going to spend some money because there's rumors out there this could be $6 million a year. They've never gone after a coach like this. It's been even Brett Bielema. He was a defensive coordinator who was brought over. Paul Chris was not a big name. I mean, we knew him, but he was not an expensive coach. This is a big-time hire.
Wow. What do you think is going to happen to Leonhard? You don't think he'll stick around as defensive coordinator, do you?
Well, we all saw the Packer game last night. Maybe the Packers call him again because Joe Barry's not doing a good job. He turned down the Packers before. Jim loves Wisconsin. Maybe the Packers come calling.
Yeah, it's tough to see a future for Jim Leonhard at UW after all of this, right?
Yeah, I know he loves Madison. Madison loves him. His family loves Madison. It would be a tough pill to swallow. I would think Luke Fickell would be silly not to offer him the job, but I'd be surprised if Leonhard took it.
All right.
I have to ask, were you surprised?
I was shocked. I thought for sure it was Jim Leonhard after Lance Leipold.
Right.
Got extended at Kansas. Luke Fickell came out of nowhere because it felt like too big of a name.
Well, you got to wonder if there's something behind the scenes that's going on. Like, is there some sort of connection here? We know Fickell's from Ohio, and he has a lot of connections there. He's a Big Ten guy, but like, why Madison? Why would somebody like that come to Madison? Money is that solves a lot of problems, and that's a huge motivator. So I can't wait to see either what this contract is.
I think the Big Ten and having a chance to maybe compete against Ohio State. Maybe Ohio State's his dream job, but Wisconsin's a big one. And remember, Barry Alvarez, everyone thought he would stop here and then go to Notre Dame. He stayed here.
That's what I like to hear.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right, we're going to keep you around for another half hour and ask you some more.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Jim.